In this video, we're going to talk about print and escape characters. Now, you should all be familiar with system out print line. So that will print a string to the console, and at the end of the string, it prints an end of line character. So if we have another print statement following, it prints on the next line. But if we don't want to print an end of line escape character at the end of the string, we can use system out print, and I'll show you an example of this in a minute. But what this will do is print the string, and then if we have another print statement, it will follow the string, so it's not on a new line. There are some other things we can do when we're printing. We can use escape characters, and to do that we would print one of these four items here. So the escape character is the backslash, and the escape character is followed by another character that has special meaning. So the first one, you can see we have an escape character followed by N. So what happens when a string is printed and we hit an escape character? It says that the following statement or the following character has a special meaning. And in the case of an N, it will print a new line. The second one here, where we have an escape character followed by a T, that means to print a tab in our string. Now, when we use strings, we have to surround them with double quotes. And so if we wanted to print a double quote character in the middle of the string, we would also need to provide an escape character. Otherwise, our IDE would see that and think it is the end of the string, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. The final one is a backslash. Because the backslash stands for an escape character, we can't put a backslash in our string if we want to print it, because once we hit that point in the string, it will think that backslash is the escape character. So if we want to print a backslash in our string, we first have to put an escape character, then we have to follow it by a second backslash to tell it that that is what we want to print. So let's have a look at some examples of these. So if I open up BlueJ, and you can see I have my code here, you can see I have, and in my code, I have a method called printing and escape characters. Let me just remove the static from there. We'll talk about that another time. So you can see I have system out print, and then I have the string on, system out print, I have the string 1, and then system out print line, I have line. So what that will do is it will print all of these things on one line. It'll print on, but because it doesn't have an end of line character at the end, because we've just used print, it will stay on the same line. So 1 would be printed after that, and that doesn't have an end of line character, so then line would be written after 1, and then we would have an end line character. This statement here, we've used the new line character. So we have our escape character followed by our special N. So when this string is printed, it will print hi and then the space, then it hits the escape character. And then it looks for the character afterwards, because this N will have special meaning. It sees the N, it realizes that that is where a new line needs to be printed, and then it will print the rest of the string normally. So hi will be on one line, there will be on a second line. This system out print line statement will print hi, then it will print the space, it will hit the escape character, it knows then that the character following the escape character has special meaning, it will see that the character following the escape character is a T, so it will print a tab. So what we should see is hi, with a big space for the tab character, and then the word there printed. This second last one will print hi, we hit the escape character, we know that the character following the escape character has special meaning, and in this case it's the double quotes, and so it will realize that this is not the end of the string. This is a character to be printed, so this will be printed in the string. Once again, we'll see the same thing here. So there should be surrounded by double quotes when it gets printed out. Now watch what happens if I don't put the escape character in here. We're going to get an error because it thinks this is the start of the string and this is the end of the string. But we want to put this in the string. We want it to be part of the string. It's not denoting the end of the string. Therefore, we need to escape it. The final one, system out print line, high, we hit the escape character. So it says, okay, look for a special character. And we see the second character there is a backslash. So it knows that we want to print the backslash as part of the line. If I didn't have that, and I just had this backslash here, that would not get printed like that because it would be thinking that it's an escape character, not part of the string to be printed. So if we want to print the backslash in the line, we need to escape it first. So let's run this. I'll just compile my code, create a new instance of topic 6, and run printing and escape characters. So as you can see, on one line, so after the on, there was no end of line character. After the one, there was no end of line character. The end of line character came after the word line, and that's because we used the print line statement there as opposed to the print. We can see high and there were printed on, let me just move this across. We can see high and there are printed on separate lines because we put the new line character in there. We can see high there. If I select this, we can see there was the tab character printed because we used the escape with the T for a tab. We can see high there with the double quotes. They were printed as part of the string. So it knew to recognize these as part of the string, not the end of the string. And we can see high backslash there was printed because we escaped the backslash. So that's printing and special characters.